Xbox will always have a special place in my heart, but with the new changes to everything that they've been doing, I'm damn near like at a loss for words. I've been playing Xbox for like a good portion of my life. Even when everybody was like buying the PS5, I still wanted an Xbox Series X because I wanted to keep the tradition that like I'm an Xbox nigga. I'm gonna buy the Xbox. And I'm not gonna say damn near no matter what, but it was kind of like that. Like I was like, you know what? I really want an Xbox. I don't really care. Like I care about the exclusives, but I can get a PS5 later. I want my Xbox first because I did end up getting a PS5 anyways. But I wanted my Xbox first. Now you could say that's a dumbass decision. Hey, and I might agree with you. It's probably not the most logical, smart decision for somebody that wants to like keep more money in their pocket. But I'm a gamer. I like to have every console anyways, so that's okay for me. But while I'm still gonna enjoy this console, like the Xbox Series X, depending on how the rest of the generation goes, I can't say that like I'm gonna get whatever console Microsoft comes out with to combat the PS6 or whatever it's gonna be called. And mind you, we don't even know if the next Microsoft thing is going to be a console because for some reason Microsoft wants to go deeper and deeper into like cloud gaming, and I just can't do that. Like I want to own my games, I want to have copies of my game. I've been buying more physical copies more than ever now that I've been hearing about how these niggas want to just completely digitize and make everything digital. Like that shit is actually lame to me. So if that's what happens and they end up making a basically a cloud gaming thing, I'm not buying that shit. I'm not doing it. Like, imagine if the next Xbox isn't even an Xbox. It's like a fucking Roku you plug into your TV and you just play the games on it. Like, I'm not buying that because literally, I don't. If y'all have a TV that supports it now, there's like a little Microsoft gaming section where you can play your games on the cloud through there and like log into your account. But that shit isn't even good because most of the TVs that have it, literally, that shit runs like shit. Now, that could be just my TV. Maybe I need to update it. Maybe the TV is just trash. But I don't want to play cloud gaming. I want my console or nothing else, in my opinion. Like, why would I want that? Like, I would rather is that at that point, I'm just gonna get a PlayStation or I'm going to stick to going on PC. Like, I'm just gonna have a fucking P like, I have a PC too, but I'm just going to play PC and PlayStation. Like, I'm not going to buy an Xbox because at that point, you telling me that? Like, you want me to play on the TV, you want me to play on like this random cloud thing I'm plugging up to my monitor? Like, bro, give me my console. I want my hardware, bro. I don't want that shit. But if you have been paying attention to gaming news, Xbox has been like really in the news for two major reasons. One of the reasons is the fact that their consoles keep increasing in price, which is literally insane. Like, if you guys do not know, look up an Xbox Series X and you will see that the regular standard version with the disc drive, not just digital, because I don't want that shit. But which the disk drive is $650. I think even the regular one without like just the digital is still like 600. And I'm talking about the white, the bigger version of it. But if you're talking about oh, get the digital version, the small one, you're still getting the Series S. And that console is still 430. In my opinion, don't buy the Series S. Like, unless you're like really on the move or something and you want a small compact console, I'm not gonna say it's completely useless, but like, bro, just pay a little extra and just get the digital PS5, which is 500, and you get a better console if you don't care about owning your games and like having physical copies. Because the Series S, it's already been proven that it's like the weakest console of this generation between Xbox and PlayStation, not Switch, obviously. But the Series S, it's already had like some issues. I'm not saying it's horrible, but there has been games that were supposed to release on Xbox, but they ended up getting delayed because they could not optimize it for the Series S. Now, eventually, they ended up doing that, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you can buy it. I'm not gonna say it's horrible. Like, maybe I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but if it was me personally, I would not buy that shit. I would just save up a little bit more and just get the digital PS5 if you don't care about having physical copies or putting disc in because like I don't get it. I feel like at that point it's just kind of dumb. These companies keep increasing their prices. And I hope people aren't falling for the oh, it's inflation. My $1 billion corporation can't afford to keep the consoles the same price because we're gonna go broke because of inflation. Bro, that shit is some bullshit. I don't want to hear it. Especially when they keep firing and laying off employees so that they can make more money. I definitely do not want to hear that shit. Microsoft has been laying off niggas. They've been trying to cut corners. They've been trying to make as much of a dime as they possibly can out of niggas. They've been doing that shit over and over again. They increase the prices. They fucking increase the game pass. They do all of that shit. Like it gets to a point, bro. And this leads me to my next point. These niggas increased the game pass ultimate price from 20 to 30. To some people, that's not that much of a change. They're looking at it like, I mean, what's the big deal? It's just $10 more. Especially niggas that probably don't game for real. They're just like, I mean, it's just an extra $10. What's so bad about it? And they're also saying, look at the benefits. You get more stuff. Bro, I'm sorry to tell y'all, like, I don't give a fuck about whatever Fortnite subscription. I don't play Fortnite. I do not care about any of them new benefits. I think they added the Ubisoft shit, bro. Ubisoft? Nigga, if I want to play a Ubisoft game, I'm going to wait a couple months till it goes on deep sale and just buy that shit for $40. The whole complete edition. I'm just gonna buy that shit for $40. I do not care if that shit is on Game Pass. I'm sorry. I just do not care. Ubisoft, I could just care less about any game they are dropping right now until they release like the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. And at that point, I might play that, but they might have fucked that up too. Actually, let me not say that because I do plan on playing Assassin's Creed Shadow just to get my own take on it eventually. But like I said, you can still I know that game's on sale right now. I know for a fact Assassin's Creed Shadow's on sale. I do not want to hear it. But regardless of all of that, at the end of the day, when something reaches a price that's just too much to pay, it just becomes not worth it anymore. Like, don't just take my word for it. It's not just my opinion. Obviously, I'm not like on the so far out the spectrum of like what I'm saying. So many people started canceling their subscriptions that the website crashed. So obviously, the community is not fucking with it. And it literally just gets to the point, man, where like, I'm gonna be honest, I use the Game Pass a lot. I'm trying to be Expedition 33 right now, and that's on Game Pass. But at this point, I'd rather just buy the physical game disc because realistically, while the Game Pass does have great value at $20, I don't even have enough time to play all these games on Game Pass just by spending $30 a month on it. Especially like all the day one releases that maybe will come out. It's like, yes, while I do want to play them, realistically, if I don't even have the time to play them on day one when they first release, it won't really matter because at that point, I would rather just wait. It'll probably go on a little sale and then I could just pick it up later. Because right now, I don't even have the time to play all of that shit at once. I feel like me or just the average person right now, the Game Pass is just not that great of a deal. Like you're gonna pay, you're in 2 months, you would have spent $60 on this shit. How many games have you realistically beaten within them 2 months that you're actually interested in and that because you're not gonna like every day one release. And then also, let's say you play okay, they offer the older games. Okay, are you consistently beating them games? Like if you have the time, I would say, and if you have the money, I guess it is still somewhat worth it. But I think most people just don't, and that's why that this shit is going so bad. On top of the fact that it's not even like sometimes some people that even have the time and the money, they just don't want to support a $1 billion corporation just upping the price constantly. Like Xbox, it would be one thing maybe if they just upped this. Actually, no, I think it wouldn't be because this was like the one thing that was keeping Xbox afloat. And the fact that like they did this is really fucked up. But I was going to say that maybe if they had just did this and not up the console prices, that maybe they could have got away with it. Because they upped the console prices twice, guys. How much do y'all really realistically think y'all can get away with? Y'all aren't even the top of the top right now. PlayStation is above y'all. Like the console wars was genuinely like pretty much gone. Like it's not existing anymore. And most of it is because a lot of the games are just on both consoles now, but it's also because Xbox is kind of like bowed out. Now, let me also say this: the console wars isn't really that deep because PlayStation, yes, while they do make a lot of exclusives, I don't know if you guys pay attention to like numbers and stats. A lot of PlayStation games, especially their exclusives, don't even end up like top five most bought games, which is actually kind of crazy. But if you don't want to believe me, go look up the stats. That there is some inconsistencies in a lot of things that PlayStation players say. A lot of them aren't even playing the exclusives that they claim to like so much. That's just I'm gonna just leave it alone. I'm not gonna go too deep into that. I honestly think that you could technically justify and argue that the $30 price increase makes sense, but I just don't think most people are worried about that. Most people see a price jump and they're immediately gonna get turned off because why do I want to pay more money? Like niggas don't want to pay more money for shit no more, bro. Like niggas already struggling as it is. I'm kind of happy to see that so many people are turned off, but and instead of just saying they're turned off, like just complaining on social media, they're actually putting action behind it. Because at the end of the day, if you don't like something but you keep paying for it, the corporation just gonna keep charging it. They're never going to put the price back down because at the end of the day, it's successful. That's why Madden, 2K, and Call of Duty are in this situation they are in now. The niggas will say, bro, I hate this shit. I hate this shit. I hate this shit. and then they'll keep playing it and they'll keep buying more fucking VC or whatever the fuck shit you buy in Madden. If you hate it that much, nigga, just stop supporting it. And then literally the company might dial it back because they'll see that their numbers are dropping. They'll be like, damn, why are we making less money? And before I get to the end of this video, I just want to say GameStop actually had a rare W. They came out and said they're going to keep selling the subscription at $20. So if you guys do want to keep your subscription, hey, maybe pull up the GameStop once a month and buy it. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that. I might just cancel it and just let it be and just buy my games now and just keep whatever I can have and keep my physical copies and play what I can and just move on because I don't really think I'm gonna be pulling up the GameStop once a month or like stop buying them in bulk or whatever. Like I'm probably not gonna do that. But if you are looking to do that, that's something positive GameStop finally did. Overall though, I hope that maybe enough people cancel their subscriptions so the Xbox can see that they're tripping and maybe reverse the decision. I'm not gonna lie, that's like a 10% chance. I don't really see them doing that. $1 billion corporations don't usually tend to go back on stuff like that. They gotta really be losing a lot of money. They'd rather just sometimes niggas rather just stick it out and then blame the consumer for why they're losing money instead of looking inward and being like, damn, maybe we shouldn't have increased the price on 5 different things. But some of these corporations would rather die and just be consumer friendly, and it's kind of sad to see, man.